Hello, System Mentors. I thought I'd give you a few tips to make your life a little easier during the Early Start program as you're grading your mentees. If you go to the Early Start program and then click on the gear and then go to Open Grader, this is a great place to do most of your work. What you need to do, make sure that you have the correct county showing in the county box. Make sure that you have the correct student listed here. And this box here shows all the different activities that that tend to be graded. But what makes it a little easier is you can scroll through these activities using the arrow here. Now, it's a little overwhelming to go from activity to activity. So the quickest way to see what you need to focus on and what you need to grade is to click on Show Activities Requiring Grading. Once you do that, the activities will come up and you can scroll through them and you can see these all require grading. So let's go back. Okay, the first thing that you look for is whether or not your student has posted, and you actually won't have an activity requiring grading unless your student actually has posted. But also, you want to look to see that your student has replied to another person's post, and you'll see that in this window on the left. If your student hasn't replied to another person's post, you may want to remind them when you give your feedback. Now, the place to start is with Grade with Rubric. If you click on it, you can see that the rubric for this post has 3 points. One for understanding library system organization and environment, second for contributing positively to the discussion, and the third being accurate and authoritative. Okay, so in order to award the point, you simply click on it and you can see it remains kind of a light green. Down at the bottom here is where you give your overall feedback that's going to appear not only in the grade book, but also in your mentees' feedback area on their main dashboard when they first enter the Blackboard system. All right, now what do you do if your student hasn't completely answered the question? You can alert them using an activity comment that doesn't appear in the grade book and say, I need more information on where you found the information on your board, okay? Or whatever information you need to request. Be sure you make it clear that you can't complete their grade until you receive this additional information, okay? And then save your comment. Now, your mentee should also be using Open Grader to go in and see any comments that you've made using activity comments in their grading. Then, once you've actually completed this grade, you can move on to the next. One thing I wanted to show you is what a case study looks like. So the rubric is a little different. And you can see this is actually a good example of not only a post, but also the System Mentor's comment that the student hadn't commented on another post. So that was a really good comment here. So grading with a rubric, this gives you a little idea of what the lessons related to this case study discussed and what to look for in their post. And again, the rubric works the same way. and the overall feedback box works that way as well. Now let me show you what it looks like if you've already completed a grade. I'm going to show all activities, and we'll find a post that's already been graded. Okay, in this post you can see that the current grade in the gradebook is 3 out of 3. And when you click on the rubric, it shows you exactly what this, what this system mentor has, how this system mentor has graded, and the feedback that they've provided. One thing to note is that if you have more than one person in your county or library system that's participating in the Early Start program, whether they're your student or not, they'll be listed here. This has a couple of advantages. First, it allows you to see the other system mentors' feedback and comments, so you all can develop a consistency among each other. But also, if, for example, you're on vacation for a week or have a family emergency or get sick, the other system mentors that are currently in your system can just step in and grade your students as well. Okay, now that we've gone through grading, well, let me show you one other thing in grading. Let's go to model reference behaviors. This is an example of an assignment rather than a discussion board. So you can see for this student, they've uploaded a file. So what you would do is click on it so you can view it. And there's the model reference behavior checklist that the student has uploaded. Okay. We'll go back actually a little bit here. Okay. And then also the student has submitted some online text that describes what she wants to do to improve her reference interview skills. And again, the grading works the same way with an assignment as it does for a discussion board. Now, the next thing you want to do after you've graded all your outstanding assignments is you're going to want to check to see how your student is doing. So what we're going to do is click on the gear and then go to reports. And we're going to view the activity completion report. And this shows you everybody in your county, okay? Now the green check mark means that they've completed the lesson. So that little orange dot means this is a lesson. And they've also completed some of the assignments, which have the little blue dot or the green discussion board comment. Okay, so these are discussion boards. Okay. So what you'll be looking for is anything that's a gray exclamation point, okay? So this person, you can see, either has not completed their interviews or you haven't graded them yet, okay? Here you can see they haven't completed the model reference behavior checklist. So you can go down and see clearly what your student has and hasn't accomplished so far. Now, this little thing, the red with a dash in it, means that they did not get a passing grade in this forum. So, for example, they need to get all of the points. Usually there are 3 in the discussion boards. If they don't receive all of their points, then they won't get a passing grade. And what you're going to need to do is make sure you're following up with them to have them post some additional information so they can receive a full passing grade. And this is an example of something where actually Laura Allen went in and clicked on it as complete because it was clear that this person had accomplished that. I would only use this as a last resort. Sometimes Laura and I will go in to correct this, but really, if everybody has completed the work, these should all turn into green check marks from the gray exclamation points. So these are the two handy dandy tools that you should use to both grade your students and to monitor and make sure that they're keeping up with their work. As always, be sure to email Laura Allen or myself if you have any problems. We're here to help you and back you up. And also sometimes Blackboard isn't working correctly, and we may be able to correct that problem too. So don't wait and think that it's something you're doing. Email us, let us know. And sometimes it's a setting we can change to improve things, or we can give you some handy tips. So hopefully this will help you stay sane as you're grading your mentees. Good luck, and have fun with it.